Okay, so if you recall what we have done last week is we have done subqueries, then table partition. Okay, so you know subquery is writing inside another query, and table partition is breaking a big table into smaller but logically. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you are breaking it. Okay, so today we're going to learn about procedure and triggers. These are the two. Okay, these are all theory. Okay, so we can finish it off one day, Thursday. Tomorrow, I'll see if I can finish triggers tomorrow or procedure tomorrow, either one of them. Okay, so we will start with first topic. I think triggers is 10, right? 10. Okay, so like not like between, not this one. SQL injection, security. Okay, so I have already added here some trigger functions here. Okay, so it is like a script that you have to write. Okay, so you will not understand this. I'll just help you understand with a. Okay, I'll just close this. Close this. This is what, creating a table partition. Okay, 1 minute. Let me save this. Okay, so let me. Okay, so we'll learn about store procedure and just add date also. Today's date is what? 17. Okay. Okay, so first let's understand what is store procedure. Okay, so store procedure in simple term, uh, we call it as a reusable block of SQL logic. Okay, it's a reusable. It's reusable code. Okay, of what? Of SQL logic. Okay, and where does it get stored? In the database. Okay, it gets stored in a database internally, which we cannot query and see. So there is a something section where you can go and check for the store procedure. You will have something called procedure here. Okay, so here you can see what we have written in a store procedure. Okay, so that is the reason you can see we have okay. Uh, so what? Sorry, I got disconnected. Am I audible? Okay. No, I heard some noise in my headset. Okay. So what I was telling is it is stored in database. So that is the reason you have all this segregation of folders. Okay. So there are different uh, purpose for these tables. Views, when you create views, okay, views are temporary. When you create a trigger, you will see a trigger function. Okay. When you create a procedure, you can see a procedure which you have created. Okay, so it's a reusable code of SQL logic stored in database. Okay, and performs operation for what kind of operation? Okay, performs operation. What type of operation you can perform? Like insert. Okay, inserting means inserting a value in a table, updating a table, update and delete. Okay, and it also returns value, return result. Sorry, not value, result. Uh, results. Okay, so this is about store procedure. It's a reusable code of SQL logic. See, you create one and you can use it multiple times. Okay, for different purpose. Okay, so why do we use? Why we have to use this? Why use store procedure? Okay, I will write it in short form. SP means store procedure. Okay, why do we write store procedure when we have a lot of other things, right? So one is reusability of logic, not code, logic. Reusability of logic. Second option I can say is better performance. I'll tell you why. Okay, better performance. And third is security. Yes, this is very important. See, I'll tell you why we think it's a security issue. Say for example, you have some data. Okay, if you give access to all the employees, database administrator, what happened, they can do anything, update, delete. Okay, if you have some crucial data, okay, it might alter, right? If you say for example in a team there are 10 members who have access to the production database, they can do anything, right? So to avoid that, what we'll do is we'll write a store procedure. Okay, and only they can do only one thing. They can delete only few things. Okay, not all the row, only few things. Okay, that is where you can update, you can insert, like I said before. It's like a security feature where you don't want to do everything. Okay, you don't want to allow everything to the admins. Next one, if you write a store procedure, right, the it will be very cleaner. Okay, I can say cleaner code. Okay, now we'll see the syntax. Okay, I'll write down here syntax. How will we write syntax? First you have to say create, one minute, see, create or replace. Okay, create or replace procedure. Okay, this is how you have to start: create or replace procedure. If already one is there with the same name, we generally write, this is syntax, you can write create procedure also. Okay, generally I write maybe the name of the procedure. If you're using same, say for example you have one file called file1.txt. Okay, what if I write the same? Okay, it will overwrite. Okay, that is the reason we say create or replace. If you only use create, what happens is it will say the same name file is already created. Okay, then you will give a different naming convention. So this is generally this thing. There is no hard and fast rule, you have to use or. Okay, or replace. You can write create procedure with the procedure name. Okay, here I'll write procedure underscore some name. Okay, this is the, and then it will go with a quote. Okay, sorry, what is that called, braces. Okay, plain braces. Okay, and here what you will write here, here you will write the parameters. Okay, and here you have to mention language also. Okay, this is a general syntax. You have to mention PL, PG, SQL. Okay, PL stands for procedure language. Okay, and PG stands for Postgres SQL. Okay, this is a syntax. You don't have, see, if you know the syntax, right, just keep it somewhere, just paste and follow. Simple. Okay, this is not that you have to memorize every time. Then you have to start with your actual this one, and then you followed by $2 sign. Okay, and here you will write your uh, begin. Okay, and here you will write your logic SQL logic. Okay, and then you will, after begin there is a end with semicolon. Okay, and then followed by, when you want to close, you have to put a dollar symbol, and then you can close it. Okay, or semicolon. Okay, this is a generic syntax. Okay, now we'll write one small program to understand. Okay, so I'll take rental. So right now I'm in DVD, right? I'll take something called select uh, select rental. Okay, I'll take this table. Let me see what I can write here. Okay, so this is my rental. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, here instead of this I'll go to film. Okay, so pay attention here. So what I'm going to do is, see, we have something called here film ID. Okay, do we have price here for rental rate? Okay, now what happens is, after every now and then, you have, you generally what these guys do is they will change the prices here. Okay, so right now initially 2006 it was $4.99. Okay, rental. Now what happens after 2007, they will reduce like $3 or $4 like that, right? So we will write a store procedure to update this based on the IDs, film IDs. Okay, so you will identify some ID like 17. Okay, this is an old movie. Okay, right now it is showing as 9099. I want to make it as 0.50, something like that. Okay, so how do you do that? You can do with store procedure. Now you are not giving access, the entire table access to that person. What you will do, instead of that, you will write a store procedure and you will give it to him, and you will give the instruction. These are the IDs that you need to change, right? Once he gets this information from the operations team, then he will start editing. Okay, he will have access only to two things. One is film ID and price. That's it. He cannot see title, description, release here, and he cannot make changes or do any changes here. So now you see, this is a kind of security you are applying to his access, right? So we'll take this one and we'll do it. Okay, same thing. I'll write. I'll just take this. Okay, I'll just copy this. So first thing is create or replace procedure. Okay, now here, pay attention. Okay, so here, what I want to do is I want to update what is this column? Rental rate. Okay, so you need to give a proper naming so that whenever you create multiple procedures, right, it should not confuse you. So always the best practices is look for what you are doing. Okay, so I am updating. I'll say update underscore rental underscore rate. Okay, so this is my name of my procedure. Okay, and here what I want to change. Okay, which column I want to pass here? Film ID. Film ID. Okay, okay, film ID. I can say film ID parameter. Okay, I'll say param. Okay, now what is the type of this value? You can say integer. It's already written here, integer, so you have to mention int. Okay, then comma. Next one, which one you want to update? Which is rental rate. I can give different name for this name. You can give different name also. I'll say uh, new rental rate. Okay, now what is the type here? You have to see here what is the type here. Numeric. Okay, I'll say numeric. Okay, done. First part is done. Okay, language I'll leave as it is, as dollar begin. Here I have to write my logic. Okay, now this will stay here. Okay, now what I have to write is, see which table is this. This table is called film. Okay, so what you are doing is you are allowing the admins or the operators to what update, right? So you know, right, when you want to update any table, you have to start the syntax with update table name. So I'll say update, what is the table name? Film. Okay, update film. Okay, now I'll say set. Okay, uh, rental rate. Okay, here in set you have to give the exact name of your column name, rental rate. Okay, and here what is the this thing you are taking here? This one. Okay, because you're going to pass that parameter here, so you will say equals to this. Okay, set rental rate where, okay, where I'll say film underscore id. Okay, this one, film id. Okay, equals to whatever the film id parameter I'll pass here, that will be updated here. Okay, I'll show you this one example. Very easy, guys. Okay, film id parameter. Okay, okay, then I will end it and I will close it with dollar sign. Okay, it's very simple, you see. Okay, so 1 minute, I need to select properly, otherwise begin. 1 minute. I'll just copy here. This entire thing is your code. Okay, entire thing is your code. I'll run it. See, query returned successfully. So create procedure. Okay. I'll just refresh and see. See, now it is created here. It is like automation kind of thing, guys. Okay. You are, instead of giving the entire table access, you are just giving to update two fields. Okay, even in Amazon, right, the prices keeps on slashing, and whenever there is a this uh, uh, a big sale, right, uh, you see the prices are going down, right? So they will not give access to the entire table. They will create store procedures. Okay, and they will have a product ID something, right? So same thing we will do it. Okay, now we have written this. How do we execute now? Okay, I'll say you need to call. What is the procedure name? This one, update rental rate. Okay, I'll say update underscore rental rate. Okay, so this is my uh, query to call the procedure. Okay, now it will take, this is a procedure, so always it will have a braces. Okay, open close. Here you have to pass two parameters. Okay, so before that I'll show you where is my query. I'll run this. Okay, just assuming first one will take film ID 1. Okay, now what is the price of film ID 1? Rental rate is 0.99. Okay, I'll change it to $2. Okay, 2.99 something. Okay, now we'll see whether it gets updated or not. Okay, so first thing is what I have to pass here. First thing I have to pass is the ID. If you see here, here, okay, first thing is film ID, then new rental rate. So first one I'll take ID as 1. I want to update, comma, what is the price? 2.99. Okay, this is my procedure. Done. Okay, no error. If I go and do the select star from table for the first value, 1 minute, where is 1? Begin update film, set rental rate is equal to new rental rate, film ID is equal to film ID, correct only. This is integer. Okay, so I'll pick something else now. Okay, so I'll just run this select star from film. So we have at the top we have 133, right? I'll just change this one. So the what is the ID? 133. Okay. For 133, what is the amount? It is 4.99. So I'll change it to 2.99. Okay. Let's see if it is doing or not. Okay. Successfully ran. So why it is not showing 133? Yeah. See, 133 is here. Okay. What is the amount that? See, 2.99. Okay, even the ID number 1 should be there somewhere bottom. Okay, so we can rescan it, and then we can not rescan, reindex means it will come all in proper. Okay, so I'll show you one more example. Okay, I'll just run this again, it will come. Okay, I have 384. Okay, 384. 4.99. I'll do the same thing, 384. Okay, okay, done. Now I'll write a where clause here, where what is that? Film ID, right? Film ID equals to 384. Okay, I'll just run against this. So 384, and you can see 2.99, it has changed. You see that? This is how, and you can see the timestamp last updated 2026, today's date. So this is how the database works actually. Okay, this is only for two values I have given store procedure. You can give it for whichever is a frequent changes you have to make, right? You can create a store procedure and give the access. So to that person only this code you will give. Okay, and you will write this one. Okay, so first one is what, based on this you can change this. If you have description comma description, okay, so you can change the description also. Okay, release here. Okay, so if I add release here also, I can do the release here. Okay, I'm just showing for two columns here. This is very good. I mean, when you want to secure your database, okay, only few guys will have access by running the call procedure. Okay, they'll call procedure name, and then you have to give how to pass the value. Okay, so operations team will say these are the catalogs. Okay, these are the IDs that needs changes for the price. So as a this thing a data analyst, I'll do the work by just running this one command. That's it, nothing else. Okay, he will have Excel sheet with changes. Okay, and he will update all one by one. Okay, you can automate this also, guys. Okay, so I'll check now the first one also I changed it, right? Yeah, this one, it is there, it went to somewhere else. Okay, you can see 2.99. Okay, so I'll just save this. This is stored procedure. Okay, clear, guys? We'll do one thing. Mm, what are the tables we have? We'll do one more. We have how much? The 10 minutes, right? Actors. Let me see what are the columns are there in actors. ID, first name, last updated. Okay, so we'll just play around with this one now. Okay, so first is first, I need to run this. Okay, to understand, to see the dates. Sorry, schema, actor. Select star from actor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, this is unique. Okay, this is so always look for the column where you are giving the reference to edit something. Okay, and you can see here this is PK. PK means primary key and it cannot be duplicate. Simple. Okay, so this is the first thing you have to look. Okay, now I'll just copy this. I don't want to write again the entire thing up to just copy. Okay, now select actor, right? So create or replace procedure. Okay, so I'm doing an update for actor name. Okay, okay, so using this you can do either this dates timestamp, it will come automatically. Okay, whenever the date updates here, this one, right, it gets updated here, so you don't need to do this first name last name. If you want to do some changes, you give a meaningful name. Update actor's name. Okay. Now here, what are the things I need? Actor ID. Okay. So I can say actor ID parameter integer, which is integer you can see. Okay. And next one is first name, last name. So first name, right? First name. Okay. And what is the type you can see here? Character. Character. Okay. And then I want to do last name. L name. Okay. Same thing. This is also character type, data type. Okay. So you can write it. You need to declare that. Okay. Okay. This first part is done. Language PSSQL as $$ begin update. No, this is not film. This is actor. This is actor. Okay. Set. First one. Okay. First one is what? Set first name. You have to write exactly here. FIRST. First underscore name. Okay. Equals to what is the name I gave here in my store procedure? You have to exactly use this name. Okay. Set first name, comma. Uh, this one is last name. Last name equal to it is NALNAME. Okay. So these two I want to change. Okay. And based on what? Actor ID. So I will change this to actor underscore ID. Okay. Now what is the parameter here I have to pass here is whatever I have written here. This one. Okay. Just copy this and paste it here. Okay. And here I will use update actor. Okay. Same name you have to give. Okay. Whatever the name is there, you have to call that. Okay. You cannot call anything else actor name. And for now, I will leave this. Okay. So first I'll run this. Let's see if we are getting any errors. Okay. Up to this. Done. If I go here, refresh, I can see another one. Okay. Update actor names. Okay. Now, how do we pass actor names? Okay. Same thing like this. Okay. First thing is what? Actor ID. Okay. 1 minute. Where is this command? I'll just take this here for showing example. Okay. Now you see actor ID one is Penelope Guinness. Some name is there. Okay. I want to change it to with my name. Okay. So first one is which ID I want to change? First one, which is actor ID, comma. What is the first name? Surrender, comma. Okay. This is what I want to change. So it says column Surrender does not. 1 minute. First name, last name, actor ID parameter integer. Call update actor name. Column Surrender. 1 minute, guys. Okay. L name, F name. Correct only. Mm, this is correct only. Oh, this is character, right? So it has to go in quotes. Okay, now you see successfully done. Okay, if I type this select star, okay, first one is not there because it is updated, it is coming by timestamp, right? So you can write your query here where uh, actor id equals to 1. Okay, see, and you see the timestamp. Okay, here guys, this is how you have to write your this thing. Okay, just play around with some other tables guys. Okay, see, if you don't practice you will not get this hands on. Okay, because in uh, interviews and all they will ask you all these things, store procedure, triggers. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do a trigger, same thing, it's very simple. Okay, you can apply any table. First you have to sit and see what are the table you have to update. Okay, you have to write the jot down and then properly you have to design your store procedures. Now these are the store procedures. How do you delete? If you want to delete, you can right click and you can say drop. Okay, and if you see here, parameter code option, parameter security. Okay, who this is a public. Okay, Postgres and parameters security. Okay, if you want to add any privileges you can add here. Okay, you can select like PG monitor or read only all data guys, no, you can give the access. Okay, something like this, and then you can do the needful to them. Okay, I'll share this file. This is called SQL store procedure. In a minute, I'll share it, otherwise I'll forget it. Okay, it's very simple, guys. Okay, so why do we use reusable code of SQL logic? Okay, so you are writing a logic that can be, you can see, you can also, I think, why I am create procedure. Okay, here also I can use create procedure. Okay, this is GUI interface. Okay, you give a name. Okay, then here language PLSQL. Okay, and then you write a code here. Okay, same thing, whatever I have written here, right? This one, this entire thing, chunk line, you have to paste it here. Okay, so you are reusing this code. Okay, you're not writing again, just changing the column names here and there, and then you are making use of it. Okay, that is why we say reusable code. Okay, and where it is stored in database. You can see these are stored in database. Okay, but when you run this query, select star from a table name of a film, actor, a rental. Okay, is it getting stored somewhere here? No, those are only one time operation, whereas store procedure and triggers will always be stored in your database under this hierarchy procedures. Okay, this is the one. And then performs operation like insert, we did insert, we did update. Okay, delete also you can do. Okay, same thing. Where is this statement? Here. Okay, so instead of update you have to write delete table actor. Okay, where, okay, then you have to say where id is equal to 1. All this will not come, set will not come. Why set will not come? See, we are not updating, we are deleting a row. Okay, based on id. Okay, number one id I want to delete. I'll say delete table name called actor, delete actor where actor id is equal to 1. It gets deleted from the database. Okay, so if you recall, if you relate these lessons, whatever you have learned, you will know. And returns result. Okay, it returns the result. Okay, why use store procedure? Reusability of logic, better performance, security. Okay, we are giving a security, we are giving limited access to people to update. We are not giving the entire table. Okay, and it's a cleaner code. See, it's a cleaner one. See, the statement you have to write is 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 lines you have to write. Okay, only thing is you have to update this, and here. Okay, this section you have to update, insert. You can say insert film. Okay, where film id is equal to 1. You can set the same thing for insert also. New record. Okay, new record also you can write here. Then you have to write 3 entries here. Okay, for insert command. So if you go back to our insert command, DML, data manipulation language command. Okay, you just have to add the insert command here with the same parameter. That's it. Simple, very simple. This is actually very good, guys. I'm telling you, if you learn, sit and do for other tables, right, it will be very easy. Okay, you will create a lot of procedures. If you go to the big companies, right, they'll give only store procedure. They'll not give you entire table. You cannot see this table view also. When you run this actor, you cannot see all these things. Okay, they'll ask only to update. Okay, if it is very critical or due to for some security reason, they'll not give access. Okay, so that's it for today, guys. We are on top of the hour. So tomorrow we will what is the topic left is trigger, right? Trigger, and there are some normalization topics are there which I'll go through theory. Okay, and then we will close it for this week. Okay, so we'll try to close this. From next week I'll tell you, most probably we'll start with Power BI or Tableau. Okay, so just make sure you install the trial version upfront. Okay, we'll start, because there you have to write this SQL queries only. It's not that I mean easy. Okay, if you know Power BI, you can do anything. No, you need to add uh, queries. You need to write a queries, complex queries to get a dashboard. Okay, so that is more tougher than this, I can say. Power BI. Okay, you have DAX queries, you have to write your DAX queries and other things. So just make sure install Power BI from a Microsoft site. Okay, if you just Google it, or else I'll show you on Monday. I don't know whether I have Power BI. No, I don't have Power BI. Okay, okay, I formatted my PC. That is the reason I don't have. Do I have K9? Yes, K9 I have. What is the other one? Ultrix. Yeah, Ultrix Designer is also I have. Okay. So, okay, that's fine.